football. So stick around, please, because we need you. We need you bad. This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the Baby Watcher, Youth and Wolt, coming at you live from the West Coast. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Hey, soon to be the fantasyredzone.com for all your ranking needs. Don't go look at it. Please, God, do not go look at it. Jason, hey, this show tonight is going to be awesome. Change my mind on some shit. I'm going to change Jason's mind on some shit. That means I'm going to change your mind on some shit. All right? So.
Never.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. We got some players here that I've been harping on all year, but every time I research, Jason, I find new stuff. My brain, my neurons are triggering. You're quick tonight, Jason. Hey, man. Jason, since you're quick, can you please tell the public how they can help the show? Because they know, we know, God knows we need it. Please help this show.
Yeah, if you guys made it this far and enjoy two friends talking about fantasy football, giving their insight, please hit the subscribe, press the like. We like the likes. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about these players that we can't stop drafting, that we need. We need them. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Jason, real quick, I do want to say, man, if you've never seen SpongeBob SquarePants and you remember, anyways, dude, that guy went to an underground where a squirrel lives, and there was no water, man. And they were passing around water at the picnic, Jason. And he said, I need it. So that's where Jason's coming from here. Go check it out, man. SpongeBob SquarePants, I need it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. All right, man. It is Friday, so that means we're doing a live show, and we're getting drunk, man. I drank more than usual tonight, so deal with it. Okay.
You say that every Friday.
I keep on starting earlier every Friday, man. I'm like, I got nothing going on right here. Start petting cats. I was like, man, why am I not petting this cat drunk? Ah. All right, dude. So we got I was gonna say news and brews, but I got dudes I need right here. But yeah, the show tonight, man. I've been going through my drafts, Jason, except for the last one because I'm kind of random on tight ends right now. I did I want to do a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. I'm locked in on these three, and I do want to say, Jason, is crazy. It's like 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round. So if you follow this Method Man is an amazing rapper, by the way. Dude, how high with Redman, Method Man, ashes of their old friend, Jason? Holy shit. God, dude. Should I be talking about this? All right. Anyways, let's get into this, Jason. News and brews. We got the brews. We got the news. And we got good people, man. So let's hang around for a second. Anthony Richardson, Jason. I was all in on AR-15 last season. It paid off for about 3 weeks. I was going to trade Jalen Hurts. Literally. I was going to be like, see you later, Jalen Hurts. And keep AR-15. Then that fool got injured. And I was like, holy shit. And we talked about him, man. He was like literally, I think, quarterback 3 points per game if you throw out his injured games. And he only finished one game, dude. It's fucking crazy. But he is to be a full go by the time minicamp starts. I feel like I need a burp, and I can't. Says the Colts GM. Going as quarterback 5 right now, Jason. Quarterback 5 is expensive. Are you drafting Anthony Richardson early in any of your mock drafts?
No. That's too early for me. Last year was perfect. 5 is too early for me.
Yeah, QB5, man. I mean, you're dealing with I get it. Shane Steichen with a running quarterback. So, number 1 potential, but at the same time, Jason, I don't want to deal with it right now. And there's some valuable, skill positions going right there. So, no thanks. Jason, we talked about this, you and I, when we're playing Apex Legends. Come join Jason and I on Apex Legends. Just comment your gamer tag, dude. We'll probably play with you, okay? If you can deal with a terrible player in me and an amazing player, Jason. Okay, there you go. Raven, likely more involved, likely was tight end 5, Jason, after Andrews went down. So I talked about this last year. Combined, they were tight end number 1 by a wide margin. So you see this going down over there. I was thinking about doing Zay Flowers, but Jason, all right, man, we're talking about Lamar Jackson. Oh, a career high and passes thrown. pass attempts. That was still second fewest in the NFL when they were supposed to pass a lot, dude. He was supposed to get 6,000 yards, like you said last night. Jason, they didn't get shit, man. They were still second fewest in the NFL. So who am I talking about? Oh, yeah. I don't want Likely, and it kind of makes me afraid to draft Andrews. I was all in on Andrews early.
I was getting Andrews. He was almost going to make this list because I get him like every fourth round. And then I heard this news, this BS. But I mean, it's understandable too because Likely's good, man. And I was like even thinking like last year, I'm like, dude, they need to put this guy on the field more and run was it 12 personnel? But because of that, I'm like, I don't know if I want to get Mark Andrews early, like, and just wait for like Trey McBride, like a few picks later.
Dude, you're hey Corian, what's up, Corian, dude? You joined us early, man. Thank you so much. Jason, I went to YouTube and I saw your thumbnail. That shit is hilarious, man. I don't know. I can't wait. I gotta bite my fingernails. All right, Jason, here we go, man. Brandon Ayuk. Jason, he's trying to get his ass traded. He's like, today he was on some podcast and he's like, did you see Jaden McDaniels? That's a quarterback right there, dude. That's a quarterback right there. Because did he play with him
5 years ago at like Arizona State?
Are you kidding me?
I swear. Yeah, that's why he's like, he's the man. I was like, yeah, that's like first
Holy
college
shit.
Quarterback.
This is why we have two people on a fucking podcast, dude. There we go, right there. Thank you, Jason. I was wondering what was going on there. And but at the same time, Washington did attempt to trade for Ayuk, and it has not happened. All the NFL insiders said that if this would have happened, it would have happened at the draft. The 49ers are loaded, but Jason, next season, they are going to be $39 million over the cap. So they're going to have to do something with Ayuk or trade maybe Deebo Samuel during the year. But like we said, like I heard all year, man, they're going to keep Ayuk, trade Deebo Samuel. What do you think the 49ers should do?
What they should do is pay him, but keep all your weapons as you can. But the thing is, I would rather have Ayuk right now stay on the team because Deebo Samuel is getting kind of old. Was he going to be like 28, 29? I feel like with how much money you're spending this guy, it's like, what are you doing?
He's getting kind of old, man. What is he, 28, 29? I was all, dude, 28 was my prime, dog. I was like, I was running shit when I was 28. I felt like.
No, you weren't.
I was running.
You weren't even running when you were 28.
I ran when I was like 30. So get on my back, dog. All right. Next up, Jason, moving forward, because I don't want to hear how shitty I was when I was 28. All right. I'm 38. I thought I was 39 for the last 4 years. Somebody was like, I'm turning 40 next year. I'm like depressed. I'm like, I thought I was turning 39. No, I thought I was 39 for the last 3 years, man. It's actually not that bad. And
then I said, that way, yeah. It's a good surprise when you're wrong in that. Younger than what you think.
I keep on thinking I'm 40 for some reason. But then I saw an article, Jason. 38 is actually the middle age, accurate middle age for men. And I was like, dude, I've been 38 forever. So there you go. I don't give
Are
a
you
fuck.
having like any type of crisis?
Dude, I almost died when I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt I had cancer, lost the ball. I thought I was all up in my shit when I was 30. So I was like, when I was going to the doctors, Jason, I was surrounded by 80-year-olds. So I'm just feeling good about 38. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about that. Also, go check your nuts, dude. Go check your nuts. Go check your nuts. That cancer is real, man. All right, man. Moving forward. CeeDee Lamb, Jason, is holding out. And I don't really care if wide receivers hold out. I talked about running backs holding out last year. Josh Jacobs. That does make a difference to me. CeeDee Lamb can hold out to the first game of the season. I don't give a fuck, dude. Who are they going to throw to, Jason? So how do you feel about CeeDee Lamb holding out? I think they should pay Dak Prescott and then do something with CeeDee Lamb and then forget about Micah Parsons, dude. Let him go somewhere else.
No, keep Micah Parsons. We want Micah Parsons. CeeDee Lamb, yeah. I mean, I don't care if he misses training camp. That's like an extra month of him not getting injured. So what's he going to do? Forget how to do a route run? A curl route? A drag route? Is he going to forget how to do that?
I heard about Justin Jefferson holding out, Jason. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I hope he does. So I get him in the 8th overall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. If it is a running back, I care for some reason that, he's got to jive with somebody. Wide receivers are out on an island, dude. You're out on an island by yourself. There you go, man.
Mono.
Same in the same breath, Jason. Amari Cooper was gonna be on this list, but I decided to just do one wide receiver. Amari Cooper wants to get Pizzade, Jason. He wants to get Pizzade. And Amari Cooper, man, did not do his numbers with Deshaun Watson last year. Not great. He had that 50-point game with Joe Flacco, and that was amazing. But Amari Cooper, to me, is still one of my favorite wide receivers, and he is going so late. I actually kind of like the wide receiver I'm going to talk about in a minute over him because of his contract. I guess I don't care, dude. I don't know, man. I just don't know about the uncertainty. The uncertainty of Deshaun Watson is what bothers me. He's so inconsistent. And when I looked at the numbers with him and Deshaun Watson, I did not like it that much. That's why he did not make this list, Jason. But still, he is holding out. I love Amari Cooper. They need to pay his ass.
I think he wants to get paid because he thinks the same as you. He's like, dude, I got Deshaun Watson throwing me the ball. I'm not going to look that good this year. I need to get paid before that.
Dude, and how much money do they have tied up? They're like, they're cheap anyways. And then they spend all that money on Deshaun Watson. So there you go right there.
And he's 29 too. He's going to start the season 29.
Who, Deshaun Watson?
Amari Cooper.
God damn, dude. Remember he was on the Cowboys? He was on the Raiders, dude. I think he was on Alabama just killing fools. He was at first just like quick route runner. That was still like, man, he was so good. And he made Dak Prescott what he is today. Jason, Rome Odunze may be the Bears' primary punt returner. So I will put him. He will bump up a little bit. If it was a kickoff returner, it'd be big time. Because I believe in the kickoffs this year. I do not know what the punt return rules are yet, Jason. Are they like the kickoff return rules? I have no fucking idea until I know. I'm still going to put him up a little bit. But Rome Odunze, we got to pay attention to this. He will be on special teams as a punt returner. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
Dude, punt returning, man. I swear, who did I have that year? I think it was Tyreek Hill. I was like, God damn it, dude. Who did I have that? I've had some great punt returners.
Well, I mean, I think I know what year you're talking about. And, he only had like 1 or 2 touchdowns that year returning.
Why did it feel so good when it happened? Maybe because it's so rare. You're just like, remember it for the rest of your life.
And then you're like, that's his 5th one this year.
Fuck you, dude. You remember that one time where you got a touchdown? I remember that forever. But hey, I'm just saying, dude, Rome Odunze, I do not believe in him. I'm all about Jason. I'm all about that DJ Moore. I'm all about that DJ Moore. We're
going to talk about him later.
Whoo! I'm all about that DJ Moore. But hey, Jacksonville, Jason, is getting a new stadium. I know that Kansas City, I'm trying to understand the Kansas City situation. I think they are moving, but just a little bit. But Jacksonville, Jason, I kept on hearing about them moving over to London. NFL is not moving shit to London. They will just play games in London. Jacksonville getting a new stadium. I want to do a shout out to Duval County. Hey, dude, you tore my asshole up one time because I said Jaguars. Well, guess what, asshole? I'm from the West Coast and I'm still saying Jaguars. Yeah, I said it. Jaguars.
Put W's and everything from the West Coast.
It sounds like Jaguar, dude. So there you go.
Like when I'm trying to say in, I say win because all I do is win, no matter what.
All right, dude. Hey, this is a big one, Jason. I did not know this. I did not know that Adam Thielen was still on the Panthers. I looked this up. I thought like a while ago. I don't know when he signed with the Panthers. I thought he was a free agent, but apparently not.
We're gonna edit this part out.
Well, Jason,
we're gonna cut this out.
Does he play for the Panthers or not?
Yes, he's on the Panthers.
He's expected to play he is expected to play the slot, and Deontay is expected to play outside with Leggett. And man, dude, I was thinking about putting Deontay Johnson on my list, Jason, and then I saw that Thielen was a slot, and I do not like fucking Bryce Young anyways, and now I'm a little afraid. So, who's gonna get it? I was really high up on Deontay. Now I'm kind of scared for him. How do you feel?
I think I'm still going to go with Deontay. I think Deontay's going to be the man-to-man killer. Adam Thielen maybe be the zone killer. I mean, but, he really died off last year. I think what? I think that's going to continue on to this year.
He really died
Dead.
last year. Well,
He's dead.
light a candle. All right, Jason. Pat Freiermuth set to be Wilson's number 2 target after a productive spring. He was going to be on this list as my tight end, but I just had him as something, Jason. What I have him as? Bounce back player? I had him as a bounce back player.
Yep.
Dude, this fool is going so fucking late. Go check ADP Live, ESPN ADP Live, whatever. He's going like in the 14th round or some shit. Pat Freiermuth. He's going to be the number 2 target in an offense. He finishes like tight end 9 or something one year. I don't remember. He finished pretty high up. So Pat Freiermuth to me, I think, is going to be my tight end if I wait on tight ends because he's going to be there super fucking late, Jason.
You got to get him. I mean, that's really it. Yeah, he has a really good chance to be the bounce back tight end of the year. Finish top 10. I think
he's
the only thing that's
waiver wire right now, Jason, and he could be a top 5 tight end
as number 2 on to be targeted on the team. Yes, absolutely. Even if it is the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arthur Smith. What did Arthur Smith do with Geno Smith? Jonnu Smith.
I talked about this, Jason. If you combine Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts numbers, they would have been fucking like wide receiver 5. I don't even know, but tight end number 1 by far. All right, man. Am I a little animated right now? Maybe. Because I love this shit. All right, Jason. Let's get into the players, man. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I want you to start because you've got heart and I've got to fart. And when I fart, I've got to pee. So,
damn,
Jason.
That's crazy.
I'm kidding. I was just rhyming things.
I got to pee.
I do have to pee, but I don't have to fart. But I go into that, I go to my office bathroom, dude. I rip that shit when I'm at the urinal. I'm like, brr, brr. Just saying.
Do you have your own office?
No, I got a cubicle in the corner. I have a cubicle in the corner. I can watch YouTube, and there's a everything fantasy football related is blocked by the government.
Are you serious?
Oh, dude. Everything fantasy football related is blocked by the government.
Gambling, maybe?
Probably. Those assholes, dude. But it's been like that for like 9 years or 10 years, however the fuck long.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Hey, please, Jason. Hey, we're going to make please donate to the show. We're going to be doing a Patreon within the next 2 weeks, probably. And hey, man, if you want to help the show, get me out of this, get me from being suppressed, donate to the show. Jason, let me know who your first player is.
DJ Moore.
Well, that's timely.
I've been drafting this guy in the 3rd round. Okay. So, Murr. Oh, my gosh. It's kicking in, Tyler. Moore earned a 43% air yard share and 29% target share last season with Justin Fields. Was overall wide receiver 6. Pretty damn good. Do I think he's going to get 135 targets again? No, but I do think he has the highest chance of leading the Bears in receiving touchdowns. He was 5th in deep targets. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this, my friend. When I watched my USC the past 2 years, I saw 100 plays of Caleb Williams scrambling around in the backfield until eventually he throws a deep ball to Jordan Addison, Brendan Rice, Mario Williams, or that was basically it, or Mario Williams for a big touchdown. I watched that over and over and over again for the past 2 years. That will be DJ Moore, who's also great after the catch. And the wide receivers around him have too many question marks for round 3. Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins, even though I do like Nico Collins a lot, and Deebo Samuel. Though I would draft Nico if I can, but he is normally gone at that time, so I get DJ Moore every single time. I want it. I need it. Give it to me.
Jason, I'm going to help you out a little bit.
I'm done. You're good.
So, Williams, Jason, Caleb Williams, that's the new quarterback for the fucking DJ Moore, right? He had 3.24 seconds to throw. He led the nation in time to throw. So 3.24 seconds. That fool likes to hang out in the backfield and wait for things to happen. Jason, his one critique is that he likes to lean on spectacular. who does that remind you of? Keenan Allen is spectacular. Maybe Rome Odunze? No, dude, it's gonna be DJ Moore. Okay, you remember last year when he's catching like fucking 75 yards for, like screens? I was gonna say, I said spring. I was thinking spring and streams, but it's between there, man. It's screen. All right, dude. So Caleb Williams, the way he plays football is leaning towards DJ Moore breaking out. So I that's how I feel. I totally agree with you, Jason. And he'd be on this list, man. I get DJ Moore all the time. I think they could be a top 5 wide receiver. His ceiling is top 3, dude. Like if Caleb Williams balls out, this guy's ceiling is I should say top 4 because I don't think he's going to get higher than CD, Tyreek, or Justin Jefferson. So top 5. Let's just say top 5 is this guy's ceiling, Jason. And he's going like in the 3rd round, right?
Yeah, I get him in 3rd round every single time. And it was like I'm sitting there waiting for Nico Collins, but he gets picked up every time. And I'm okay. I love DJ Moore. I don't think he'll be a top 5, but I definitely think he'll be a top 10. And I think he's going to have
in my
a good
mind.
chance.
I'm like, Amon-Ra St. Brown has that floor, but like so Amon-Ra St. Brown can be top 5, but he also has that high floor. DJ Moore can be top 5, but his floor is way lower. So like. And you're getting that in the 3rd round. You got to draft Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 1st round, dude. So as far as top 5 wide receivers go, it's like a huge value to get this potential in the 3rd round. And DJ Moore for me, man, I'm going like Justin Jefferson, Derrick Henry, DJ Moore. I'm like set for life. Even though Derrick Henry has not been there in the 2nd round for me lately, these assholes have been listening to us, Jason.
And don't forget, he had a 50-point game last year.
50-point game? All right. Yeah, no, this guy, he's super explosive. And Jason, this is going to go right into my next guy, who is Caleb Williams. So I did not plan this, but I'm going. I know you can't read this, but I don't care. I do care. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Let's see. But Jason, I'm going. What was I just thinking? Caleb Williams, DJ Moore. Oh, I'm going quarterback. I'm going like your fantasy football lineup. I'm going quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. So it just lined up this way. Jason, Caleb Williams right now is being taken as quarterback number 14 in the 11th round. Okay, 11th. There's a huge drop off. I can't remember afterward. He's going to be taken like 3 or 4 rounds after Jaden Daniels, who I like. I was liking a lot. I was getting Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels in the beginning of this shit, but Jaden Daniels has jumped up so fucking much, dude. I'm not getting Jaden Daniels anymore. I did get him in that last mock, but I fucked up, dude. So anyways, dude, let's look at Andrew Luck. I'm just looking at like quarterbacks that had so much hype coming out of college. Andrew Luck was quarterback 9, Jason, his rookie year in 2012. Justin Herbert was quarterback 9 in his rookie year in 2020. CJ Stroud was quarterback 10 last year. Shane Waldron, Jason, is the new offensive coordinator in Chicago. That fool fucking threw the ball all the time, man. 62% of plays last year. That is the 5th highest rate in the league. So I'm looking for Shane Waldron with 3 weapons, Jason, and an amazing pass blocking offensive line. Jason, the Bears ranked 5th in pass block win rate last year. So Shane Waldron has the offensive line and the weapons. What do you think he's going to do, dude? What do you think he's going to do? You saw him with 3 weapons last year. Throw the ball 5th most in the league. You can bet the Bears will throw the ball 5th most in the league. They have a good defense. They'll get the ball back a lot. They're going to throw the fucking ball, dude. And does DeAndre Swift threaten you on the goal line? Hell no, Jason. And guess what, dude? This fool, Caleb Williams, had 11 rushing touchdowns last year for USC. Jaden Daniels had 10. All right? So Jaden Daniels is going ape shit right now, right? Jaden Daniels had fewer rushing touchdowns than Caleb Williams. And that's not what you think about Caleb Williams. But this guy is sneaky. He had 11 touchdowns last year, Jason. He had 10 the year before that. So it's not like a fluke last year was like, oh, man, this guy got a lot of rushing touchdowns. This guy gets rushing touchdowns. It's kind of like Patrick Mahomes, but around the goal line, and DeAndre Swift is there. It's not like he's got an Isaiah Pacheco, okay? So I am seeing Caleb Williams outperforming his draft position by at least 5 ADP points. He's going to be a top 10 quarterback for me. No problem. Shit, dude. I talked about his time to throw last year. Let's see, 11 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. Oh, I do want to say, dude, Luck. in his so I talked about Andrew Luck being a quarterback 9, and that's like comparable throwing metrics or whatever. Dude, Luck, Jason, had 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns during college. Luck did not run the fucking ball. I know he kind of did, and that's why he got injured, busted his spleen and shit, but still, around the goal line, he did not run the ball. All right. And then also the Bears, dude, I talked about his throw rate, dude, 3.24 seconds. He likes to hang on the ball forever. Jason, he ranked 3rd in yards on deep passing, so 20 plus air yards. This is a nod to his aggressiveness. So he waits, dude. If he has the offensive line, he will wait to throw the ball deep. Okay. And dude, and like I said, the Bears ranked 5th in pass block win rate. So that's all you can want. And now a bad thing, Jason, his ball security. He fumbled the ball 33 times, Jason, over 3 seasons. I do not like that. So he's kind of like that. It's kind of like Patrick Mahomes, dude. He's all running. You don't know if he's gonna and then he's just running, and it's like, dude, this ball is all out in the fucking air. But it's worked for Patrick Mahomes, so whatever. But ball security, Jason, he only threw 14 interceptions in 1,100 career attempts, pretty much, and a 2.6 turnover worthy play rate. So PFF is like, dude, fuck this guy. He's got it made, and he has the eighth easiest strength of schedule, Jason. And my Monday shows show that the only position you need to worry about strength of schedule is quarterbacks. So Caleb Williams has it easy. He's got the weapons. He's got the offensive line. Dude, quarterback 14 is a huge value for him.
Yeah, they're making this Bears team. They're building up as much as they can to give Caleb Williams all the success. Like, I can't see a world where he doesn't succeed next year because of everything that has been given to him this offseason.
When you say that, I'm like, what about Planet of the Apes, dog? That fool would be in a cage somewhere. He'd be like, I'm a man. And they're like, oh, human see, human do. All right. Sorry, I just watched the original Planet of the Apes, so I'm just thinking, there is a world where he would not do well, Jason.
I don't know. Caleb Williams, dude, he might get along. He's like, hey, let me throw this football. Run deep.
Woo. They're like, in our ancient texts, we heard about humans playing this game.
With pigs. With pigs?
Hey, if you got time, go watch the 1968. What is that movie?
Planet of the
Apes. That shit's good, dude. I actually really like that movie.
Well, they say, get your damn dirty hands off me.
Well, it was like he couldn't talk, and that was like, I was like, why does that line so big in cinema? Well, for like the first 45 minutes, Jason, he couldn't talk, and the apes were like, oh, humans say, human do. Oh, that human can. And then all of a sudden he's like, get your hands off me, and they're like, holy fuck, this guy can talk. Or Jason, there you go, dude. You're a goddamn ape. All right, man. I would need to watch. I'm on War of the Planet of the Apes now, the new series. Apparently, it's a great series, so hopefully, I get to watch that. All right,
series.
Man.
You've seen it. What are you talking about?
I have not watched War. I watched the Dawn. I've watched the first 2. I'm on the 3rd one. There's like 4 fucking things.
Isn't it War? The Wars with Woody Harrelson, right?
Yes, and I have not watched that one. So,
speaking of can't talk, right? Okay,
get off my back, Jack. Do you think? Were you making fun of Woody Harrelson, dog?
No, you watch it, you'll get it.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck, man? All right, man. So Caleb Williams, what's up next?
I can't stop drafting Kyler Murray. God, I need me some Murray. I get him in the 7th round every single time. He averaged 18.9 points a game in the 8 games played after a torn ACL last year. That matched his 2022 points per game, where he finished as quarterback 7 in that same category. He was top fantasy scoring with no true number 1 wide receiver. But now he has Marvin Harrison Jr. Everyone expects this guy to do well. They expect him to be a monster. What about his quarterback who has to get him the ball, for Pete's sake? He was top 12 in all advanced running metrics last year with only 8 games played. Remember that. These are his ranks, red zone carries from his rookie year, 2019 to present. He was 3rd, 4th most. Then these next 2 seasons, he played half the season because of the ACL injury. 10th most and 9th most. He rushes inside the red zone, and that increases his chances of rushing a touchdown. He averages 5 a year. He averages 5 touchdowns a year. There was one year I think he had 11 touchdowns. And I get him in the 7th round, my friend. He is drafted around Joe Burrow and Jordan Love. I'm passing on quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and CJ Stroud because they are not scoring with their legs. I'm not getting a quarterback probably within the top 8, top 10 rounds if they're not scoring on their legs. And to finish this up, I wouldn't mind Jordan Love, though. I wouldn't mind it. But Murray has shown consistency in scoring fantasy points each year.
Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Jason. And then they've got Trey Benson. I don't think he's he's not the greatest pass catcher, but still. So they have weapons on every single level. And he was just talking about, Jason, how this Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to take this offense to another level. I've been seeing
it to another level.
What is that from? Take it to another level.
Pineapple Express.
Is that what it is?
In the very beginning, take it to another level.
Oh, is he like? He's like Electric
Avenue. Yeah.
Hey, dude, Electric Avenue by I think it's Eddie Grant. My favorite song of all time. I listen to that. You can check out my Spanish 4 music video, Jason.
And check out Pineapple Express.
Okay. I thought hurricane season was open, but you can go suck a dick. All right, Jason. Sorry, man.
That's too crazy. I thought hurricane season was over.
Why are you saying this? Who did you just talk about? wait. Oh, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Dude, there's literally a thing on Reddit right now. Kyler Murray, league winner. And it's like, yeah, dude, I get it. And did you pick him up last year, Jason? Who was it? He was on my waiver wire for like a while. Yeah. I picked him up. So, yeah, Kyler was like getting 20 points a game last year for me on my bench while I had Jalen Hurts. Kyler Murray was a huge value last year off the waiver wire. And again, dude, people forgot about him again. So, as much as I love Caleb Williams, I do think Kyler Murray will finish ahead of Caleb Williams. It's just kind of a matter of value.
Yeah.
All right, dog. Here we go, man. You know this guy very well, Jason.
Who is this guy?
Ezekiel Elliot.
Oh, freak Ezekiel.
You're trying to phone home, bitch. You're trying to phone home, bitch. I'm like, is Elliot? Oh, all right, guys.
Whoa, damn.
Running back 35, man. This guy is the starting running back in the NFL. There's 32 goddamn teams, Jason. He's going as running back 35. That means he's going behind like some people that aren't even starting, okay? So let's reevaluate this shit right now in the 9th round. I pick him up in the 8th. Just like I pick Caleb Williams up in the 10th. I pick up all these guys around early. That's why I get them every single time, Jason. But when I look at their ADP average, they're going around later than where I pick them. So I can't help where they go. I can't help. Pollard, Jason. This is where, okay, I'm going to change your mind right now. This is big. Pollard. Tony Pollard had the second most red zone rushing attempts in the NFL last year at 60. Christian McCaffrey had like 63. Okay, so barely anymore. He almost had the number 1. He had 5 touchdowns on those attempts. So what? He had 60 attempts, 5 touchdowns. Pollard had the 8th most rushing attempts inside the 5 last year at 13. He had 3 touchdowns on those attempts. He had 13 attempts, Jason, and 3 touchdowns within the 5. Ezekiel Elliot on the Patriots had 4 rushing attempts inside the 5. He had 2 touchdowns, so he's hitting 50%, dude. This fool over here is hitting like less than 30, like 20%. So, and you could see, like, if you're the coach for the Cowboys, you saw how bad Pollard was doing. Are you going to be running the ball all the time in the 5-yard line? No, you're going to be throwing it to fucking Jake Ferguson for 3 downs and then being forced to try to get it in with Tony Pollard or whatever it is. All right, so there is the fact that Ezekiel Elliott is much better on the goal line and the fact that they will run the ball much more on the goal line with a back like Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, and they were already second most in the league in that category. So the odds are that they will lead the league in goal line carries, Jason. Ezekiel Elliott is amazing on goal line carries. He will get my highest bets, Jason. If any running backs can get double-digit touchdowns this season, because we're in 2024, I'm living in I'm living in the present, because that's what I am, dude. I can't be 40 years old. I got to live in the fucking present. All right? So Derrick Henry and Ezekiel Elliott are my best odds to lead the league in touchdowns next year, and one of them's going in the 9th round. So this is kind of fucked up, all right? And then let's see, dude. Dallas was number 1 in the league with 30.1 points per game. Talk about opportunity, Jason, all right? So this guy went from the Patriots, like what, third least, fewest points to the most points. Dallas did have the fourth ranked run block win rate. Patriots had 10th. So, but they did lose Tyron Smith, Jason. So it'll probably be about equal to it was last year. The depth chart, Jason: Elliott, Dowdle, Deuce, Freeman, Royce Freeman. Nobody on this team is going to be taking goal line carries away from Ezekiel Elliott, and that's where his value is going to be. And if you get him as your flex, dude, you're going to be winning some fucking leagues, all right? And the problem with him was I always talk about forced missed tackles per attempt. Ever since I read that article, Jason, he was 45th out of like 49. All right, and 43rd in yards after contact per attempt last year. But he is good at getting touchdowns. I'm telling you, man, he will have so many games with 60 to 80 yards and a touchdown. And in your flex, he will win you leagues, Jason. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, he's probably going to be the ultimate flex player this year. I mean, there's only two reasons why this guy is a value pick. And you basically said there's no one else to take control of that run game. And then he's going to get the goal line carries because he was damn good at it. In 2022, last time he was on the Cowboys, he had 13 goal line carries and he had 12 total touchdowns on the year.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm serious. Like his running metrics, as he got older, they suck. They're not good. But, we're not sitting here being like, this guy needs to give me 1,500 rushing yards. No, this guy, like you said, 60, maybe 80 rushing yards and a touchdown. And this guy's going to be in your flex. Plus like a few receptions too. He'll get a few receptions a game, but you're just getting this guy for the goal line. You're getting him for the goal line.
All right, Jason. So yeah, Ezekiel Elliott, you like that one? I'm sure you do. Like I said, okay. So my first one was Caleb Williams. So you could get in the 11th, draft him in the 10th. All right, you could get Zeke in the 9th, draft him in the 8th, and you'll be fine, man. I'm telling you. So there you go. So I'm going to be planning your 4 rounds in a row for you in a minute. So we'll go over this, Jason. I fucking hate flies. There's one on my microphone. Give me your next dude.
You know what? I'm going to stick in the desert. I'm going to stay in the desert and go with Trey Benson.
Ooh.
And this guy is in round 9. And you know what? I never questioned this pick. So look, James Conner has had one season where he played more than 13 games. It's a fact. He gets injured every year. And he'll start the season 29 years old. The Cardinals drafted Trey Benson as the second running back off the board in the NFL draft. He was one of 2, maybe 3 bell cow running backs in that same draft. They didn't draft him in the 3rd round to be a backup for the next 3 years. They drafted him to be the future Cardinals starting running back. And when Conner gets hurt, Benson will likely take the starting role from him when he gets healthy again, right? So it looks like this year he's going to be eventually, maybe later down in the season, he's going to have that starting role as the Arizona running back. Benson ran a 4.39. His speed score is in the 98th percentile. He's 6 foot, 216 pounds. He had 15 total touchdowns last year in college. Look, you're getting a potential James Conner 2.0 in the 9th round. And he's surrounded by Nick Chubb and J.K. Dobbins. And I feel like there's no debate.
Wait.
There's no debate there, dude.
Okay. I was like, he's surrounded by Nick Chubbs and J.K. Dobbins. Jason, they're not on the same team. But no, you're saying like in the draft?
Yeah, there's no debate. Trey Benson, dude. Give me that young buck.
So, Jason, he was literally like fucking like an alien as far as yards after contact, right? Like last year. No, 2 years ago. So that's what you're banking on. And when I watched him, Jason, I was like, yeah, I get it, I guess. But I was not that impressed. But the thing here, though, Jason, is James Conner's old as shit. Like, old as shit, man. He's dealt with concert. Concert as me? You want to go to the concert, bro? All right. He's a cancer survivor. He's dealt with so much shit, man. He gets injured. He gets seriously injured a lot. But I think the Arizona Cardinals were top 10 in run rate last year. They had an amazing, if you look at win rate for run blocking, this is actually really good. They have a defensive coordinator for a head coach. They want to run the ball. Plus that defensive coordinator came from the Eagles when they fucking ran the ball all the time, led the league in running. So, and then James Conner, I don't know if it's just a James Conner thing. Like, if Trey Benson gets his opportunity, will he do as well as James Conner does when he gets given his full opportunity in Arizona? I do not know. But Jason, he's a huge back. He's fast. And when you watch the combine, he was the people are all flipping their shit because he's like Breece Hall. He was the only guy over 220 pounds. Blah 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 blah. Breece Hall, and you think about him going to a team that wants to run the ball. They just got Marvin Harrison Jr. So I see the potential. I just wish he was like 2 rounds later. I feel like his rounds just got a little too high for me. I'm actually targeting James Conner now, which is kind of weird. James Conner's going pretty fucking late, and Trey Benson's going like 2 rounds after him. I'm pretty sure. I got to check that though.
Oh, they're that. Yeah, I would definitely go after Trey Benson if they're that close together.
You'd go over James Conner or Trey Benson?
If they're that close together, like I feel like I might as well just wait like 2 rounds to get like the future starting back for the Cardinals.
All right, there you go. And see, I'm on the opposite end where I'm like, I'd probably rather just get James Conner 2 rounds earlier.
You want that 10 games, that solid 10 games.
So every time I wait on somebody to get injured, Jason, they just fucking end up doing well.
I know. This could be the year. This could be the first time in his whole career as a 29-year-old that he'll play 17 games.
I know, and I can't remember you play fantasy football for so long, you just get burned so many ways. You just don't do certain things, and so that's one of the things I'm just kind of like, I don't know, dude. So shout out if you're with me. Come on, thanks. Comment, Jason. You know what was hilarious, Jason? Is when I checked out your video from that you commented on today.
Wait, what? Check out that video,
dude. I was cracking up at your like starter stit that you commented on today from like 2 years ago.
I hated it. I hate it. That's like back when I was talking to you or that dude. Like, I love the raw of these videos. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, dude, this is so bad.
You know what's terrible is when our videos are raw.
And then, like, I don't know what you did, Tyler, but I watched, like, one of your old videos, and, like, I couldn't even hear you. Like, you had the microphone, like, in the next room. I'm like, damn. Was he, like, far away from the microphone? Did you always have the same microphone?
No, I'm out here deep throating microphones. All right, Jason.
That's all you.
I don't do this shit. Only thing I deep throat are cotton candy suckers.
Cotton candy suckers. Those are pretty good. I'll give you that.
I haven't had one in years, but I remember seeing those when I was checking out. I was like, Walmart. I'm like, please, can I have one of those? And then I went to the dentist and I was like, I'm never going to the dentist again, dude. I gotta stop.
They like look at you. Are you eating those cotton candy suckers?
You have 10 cavities and you got like thousands of dollars worth of dental work. I'm like, well, fuck you. I'll see you and fucking never.
And your teeth are pink.
Ah! Please sponsor this show so I can get my teeth fixed. Let's go. All right, guys. Hey. This guy is huge right now for me, Jason. This is a number 1 wide receiver on a team with a breakout candidate, maybe? He's going as wide receiver 36. Christian Kirk, Jason, is going as wide receiver 36 in the 8th round, which is kind of crazy to think that wide receiver 36 is still going in the 8th round. Wide receivers are going a lot earlier than they used to, man. Him and Ridley, Jason. So, like, wide receiver 25, 26. So he was already outperforming his ADP. This year with Calvin Ridley last year. So up until week 13 when Kirk got injured, he had a 23% target share and was on pace for 138 targets, 94 receptions, and 1,300 yards before he got injured. So he was actually doing really well with Calvin Ridley there, okay? They paid Calvin Ridley tons of money. It was a big fucking deal, dude. I pushed Calvin Ridley on people last year, and I regret it, okay? I sucked. Dude, Calvin Ridley's gone now. He had 136 targets, dude. 136. The only competition will be Ingram, and Ingram didn't break out until Christian Kirk was gone last year. That kind of makes me nervous about Evan Ingram this year because Evan Ingram was going to be on my list right here, but I was like, I can't do Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram. And then I started doing research, and it's like, holy shit, Evan Ingram really busted out once Christian Kirk got injured. So Christian Kirk is that security blanket, man, for fucking Trevor Lawrence, man. Gabe Davis is there. Brian Thomas, who drafted in the first round. Dude, Gabe Davis can go S to D. You know how I feel about Gabe Davis, man. You don't know if he's going to score 1 point or 2 points. So I don't really give a shit. All right. So Gabe Davis, I don't give a fuck about. Brian Thomas is scary, but is he more scary than Calvin Ridley was last year? No, he was not. Okay. And so he's going to outperform his ADP. He's going to be a top 20 wide receiver, and he's going as wide receiver 36 in the 8th round. So wide receiver 12 finished, Jason, in 2022 when he was the number 1 wide receiver for the Jaguars. So the last time he was the number 1 wide receiver, he was a top 12 and number 1 wide receiver for your fantasy team. Okay. And now he's going as a number 3, literally the bottom end of a wide receiver 3 for your fantasy team. You know, because 3 times 12 is what, fucking 36. So there you go. He went as wide receiver 29 last year because of Ridley. So even with Ridley, Jason, we baked that into his ADP last year, and that was wide receiver 29. Now he's got Brian Thomas and Gabe Davis, and we're like, oh, this motherfucker needs to be wide receiver 36. Jason, that makes no sense, okay? It makes no sense, all right? Because Calvin Ridley was coming off like a top 5. I know he was suspended, but he was like top 5 last time we saw him, and a beast. So I'm not afraid of these guys, Jason. I think that Christian Kirk is going to be a huge steal. He's literally a wide receiver 2 that you could pick up in the 8th round, and that is insane.
Dude, I was actually getting this guy like every time, but it was like in the 9th round, so I guess he's actually jumped up some. I didn't even know.
He keeps on jumping up a little bit. You're right.
I love Christian Kirk. He was actually having this is the main reason why I wanted this guy. He was having a career year last year, right? Until he got hurt. And during that time, it was like week 1 through week 12. Trevor Lawrence was like quarterback like 13. And then it took Christian Kirk to get hurt before Trevor Lawrence actually stepped up his game and became quarterback 7. So Trevor Lawrence hopefully is going to stay on that route of the whole quarterback 7 and all that crap. And now you're going to have Christian Kirk on a healthy season. Give me some of that. I think Trevor Lawrence is one of those players who's actually going to bounce back. And the guy that I want would be Christian Kirk. His guy.
So Christian Kirk, I do not mind drafting in the 7th round. And then you can go to Ezekiel Elliott in the 8th round. And then you can go to Caleb Williams in the 10th round. So we're only missing the 9th round. I'll fill that in a minute, Jason. All right.
Damn.
I know. Isn't this crazy? I'm like planning my draft right now doing this fucking show. It's crazy.
You said Christian Kirk was in the 7th round?
I'll draft him in the 7th round because he goes right now. His ADP is in the 8th round. That's where he's kind of going. I'll draft him a round early because I don't give a fuck. Like I think that he's such a value. I will be guaranteed to get him in the 7th. Does that make sense? Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jason, who do you got?
Jaleel McLaughlin.
Oh, yeah. I had him last year. He's good.
Round 11. So, as soon as Sean Payton drafted Bo Nix, who mainly throws short to intermediate passes, I thought about Jaleel McLaughlin. Bucky Irving played with Bo Nix last season in Oregon, and he had 55 receptions. Okay? And I don't think these short passes will be going to Javonte Williams. I believe Williams is a bust this year. Like Superman said, the bat is dead. Bury it. I'm seeing the short pass attempts going to McLaughlin. I'm seeing these short pass attempts going to McLaughlin, especially in Sean Payton's offense, right? And Reggie Bush's second season, he didn't have a lot of rushing yards, but he had 73 receptions, right? The talks from coaches is how impressive McLaughlin has been this offseason. And this is why. He was 10th in yards per touch, 6th in yards created per touch. And the stickiest stat, Tyler, he was 6th in forced missed tackles per attempt. While Williams was the 4th worst in forced missed tackles per attempt.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Him, dog.
Bury it. If you're telling me in the 11th round I could get an elusive running back who's catching over 50 balls next year, I'm all in.
I think that's a wise decision, Jason. I keep on forgetting about Jaleel McLaughlin, but you're right with Bo Nix, 77% fucking completion rate or whatever. Yeah, he threw his ass some short passes. But I owned Jaleel McLaughlin last year, Jason. And I went over the stats a million times on the waiver wire show of Reggie Bush in this Sean Payton offense, man. Like, it's a top whatever running back. Like, it's a number one running back pretty much. In Javonte Williams, I do expect it to be much better because he's coming off that ACL last year. And Breece Hall came off the ACL great. Javonte did not. But I've not heard anything good about Javonte over this little mini camp. I don't even know if he's there, whatever, dude. But I have heard good things about Jaleel. And in this offense, if it starts clicking, Jason, like I said, I want to know who the Marquise Colson's going to be because that guy was the number one wide receiver by far, even his rookie year. So is it that dude from Oregon that they drafted as well? And I want to know who the running back's going to be, Jason, the pass-catching running back. And if they get clicking, this guy will be a huge value, Jason. So Jaleel McLaughlin, I think, is a big pickup.
Yeah, if there's going to be any pass-catching running back, it's going to be Jaleel McLaughlin.
Javonte, though, man, was such an amazing runner his rookie year. Like, everything about him was like top metrics on everything, and then he fucking got ACL, and it came back like a slug, dude. So I'm very interested to see what Javonte Williams will do. But there is a role in this offense for Jaleel McLaughlin. What did you say, 11th round, Jason?
Yeah. As long as he's getting in a PPR, he's getting 50, 60 receptions like Reggie Bush did. Reggie Bush, I think this second season, he only had 157 attempts, and he had 400, or he averaged 3.9 rushing yards, right? So it's it wasn't all about that. It was about his 73 receptions that he got, on 98 targets.
I owned him, dude, whenever that was. And then he went to Detroit, and I think I owned him there, too. I was like, I got to keep on getting him. All right, man. You ready for this next one, Jason, the last one?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw in some honorable mentions real fast, but pretty much our last one. Are you ready, Jason?
Yeah, go.
All right. Brock Bowers, dude. It was hard for me to find a tight end that I could draft every time. But when I look at Brock Bowers, tight end 12 in the 10th round, so I could draft him in the 9th. So I've got your 8th, your 9th, your 10th, and your 11th round drafted picks set out right now from the show. Jason.
Yeah.
This guy's going as tight end 12, right? Did I say this in the 10th round? PFF came out with an article. I Googled. I was like, Brock Bowers, fantasy football. PFF had an article named him the best tight end in college history, Jason. The best tight end in college history. And then let's look at last year. Sam Laporta just finished a tight end 1 his rookie season. So, yeah, that's pretty goddamn good, dude. Brock Bowers, where they got Devontae Adams there. They had, look at Devontae Adams. Look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what I'm saying? So there's some parallels here to Sam Laporta. But Sam Laporta wasn't the fucking greatest goddamn person ever to come out of college. And Jason, I was kind of thinking Brock Bowers was a reach when they got drafted at 12 by Oakland, but there have been all these reports. The dude, Sean McVay, and I can't remember, 2 or 3 other teams tried to trade up with the Raiders to pick him, and they said no. Dude, so very intelligent people about NFL offenses wanted to trade up to get Brock Bowers, Jason. And then we just saw Sam Laporta go ape shit last year. So Bowers led all Power 5 tight ends since 2014 in PFF grade. Receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, receiving yards after contact, and missed tackles force on receptions. This is PFF's greatest tight end of all time. As a true freshman, Jason, in 2021, Bowers was the most valuable tight end in the nation, according to PFF's win above average metric. And then once again, he was the most valuable tight end in the country his sophomore year, and he won the John Mackey Award. Then he won the John Mackey Award his second time in the junior year, and he was the only player to ever in the NFL history or college history to ever win the John Mackey Award, the best tight end in the country, 2 years back to back. Bowers is one of 14 FBS tight ends since 2014 with 75 plus career pass blocking and run blocking grades. This guy's an amazing pass blocker. He's an amazing run blocker, Jason. But he's an inch shorter and 25 pounds lighter than Michael Mayer. And if you remember, Michael Mayer was taken as the top tight end, Jason, I think last year by the Raiders in the 2nd round by Josh McDaniels. But, dude, We're talking about a whole nother level, Jason. He's on a whole nother level. And a top tier tight end is a mediocre quarterback best friend. Well, guess who mediocre quarterback is, Jason? We're talking about AOC and Gardner Minshew. Best case scenario, this guy. Go watch his highlights, man. You're like, oh, I don't know. Is he that great? He catches the ball at like 5 yards and then runs it for 90 yards. He looks like a running back. Like he's a 6'3", 250-pound running back. And then he runs these short routes and catches the ball and then runs like that fucking Brandon Jacobs, okay? But fast.
Brandon Jacobs.
So, literally, like Jason, like I didn't really like Brock Bowers coming out. Everything I see about him, everything I fucking do about him is just pointing towards breakout. And then you listen to the fans, you listen to like the insiders and shit, dude. They're nuts about Bowers. So Bowers going in the, I think, what was it, dude? You're looking at all these tight ends. Like, I like Evan Ingram, but we talked about Christian Kirk being gone when Evan Ingram broke out. I like Jake Ferguson, I think, is another great value. But, I mean, even then, his upside isn't there. You're looking at 10th round. So the upside of Bowers is huge. You're not spending much. He's still going as tight end 12. He's borderline. I mean, you could wait and get Freiermuth. Freiermuth is actually like my target here, but I just talked about him in our last show. But like my second target, Jason, it's going to be super hard for me to pass up on Brock Bowers, even though I think that Freiermuth will be the safer bet. But Bowers has the higher ceiling.
Do you remember when Brock Bowers showed up halftime at the Mud Bowl and the Bulldogs won the championship?
God damn.
Odioto. No, he's pretty good. He's a good talent. And, his catch rate is crazy, Tyler. It's 69%, 79%, 76% the last 3 seasons as Georgia. He was on a great team. The talent is there, obviously. He had 13 touchdowns in 2021, which is, like, crazy to me. My only concern is that he's on the Raiders. I think in a situation, I think I would go with Pat Freiermuth.
Dude, Pat Freiermuth is going like 2 rounds later, Jason. And he's got top 5 potential. You know what I'm saying? And in Arthur Smith and number 2 target, it's like Pat Freiermuth to me is the much better bet. But if I'm going late, dude, Brock Bowers can't literally be a top 1 tight end this year, which is kind of crazy. So I'm almost loving waiting on tight end right now. Because it's either I get Mark Andrews early. I don't want Evan Ingram that much anymore. And it's like I want TJ Hawkinson, but there's talk about they don't know if he's going to come back week 6 or week 14. So now I'm kind of fucked there.
Yeah. That's why I have him ranked so low because of that.
Oh, I get it, dude. I get
ACL,
it. I was really wanting to put Hawkinson in here because I love Hawkinson as far as targets goes. But dude.
Carter Mario says Brock Bowers this season, Sam Laporta.
Yeah, dude. So, Carter Mario, man. Mario.
So, are we expecting 10 touchdowns with Brock Bauer?
You know what's up. I shouldn't be typing right this, but I'm doing it anyways. Carter Mario, thank you so much for reaching out. Remember, hey, man, I'm going to reach out to you to be in the listener league. Remember that. But yeah, Jason, what did you say?
I'll repeat my question again. This is why you can't do the chat, dude. You can't do the chat.
I'm hyper focused. I'm like,
is Brock Bauer going to get 10 touchdowns?
No, I believe in his receiving yard. I believe in his yardage over touchdowns. Because they're a type of team that is going to run the fuck out of the ball within 5 yards. Jason Zamir White, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Antonio Pierce is going to be like, no, we're running the ball. We're running the ball like 90, they're going to be running the ball the top 5 in the red zone. So not so much. And Devontae Adams is good in the red zone as well. So I'm believing in the yardage over touchdowns on Brock Bowers.
Well, if Devontae Adams hits that decline that, people are thinking might happen this year, Brock Bowers could be a steal because he's going to eat up all those targets.
You just made me think of decline bench press, Jason. I was like, man, I haven't felt strong in a long time. I remember doing decline. I'm like, I'm huge. I can bench press the world. All right, Jason. I got some runners up. You want to talk about some runner up?
Call you Atlas. Yeah, go on.
Justin Jefferson, I'm drafting every time in the first round if I can.
No, man. Come on.
What'd you say?
I said, come on, man. First round? All right, let's go.
Devon Achane, I'm drafting every time in the third round. I don't know why. I'm still debating on that. Jason. Flowers. What's his first name? Why can't I think of his first name? Zay Flowers. Dude, drafted 22nd overall. Finished as wide receiver 30. Wide receiver 14 over the last 5 games. And if you take out his fucking one game that he hit a 1.7 point game, he would have scored 21.2 points per game. He would have been a top 5 wide receiver, Jason, over the last 5 weeks. All right. Zay Flowers. But that correlated with Mark Andrews being gone. So it kind of freaked me out. Okay. So Mark Andrews gone during that stretch. Lamar Jackson attempted career high 457 passes, but that was still second fewest in the league, dude. So the Ravens still just run the hell out of the ball. And it's just kind of scary there, but still.
First in the league.
Yeah. OBJ gone. Jason, he finished 6th in win rate versus zone and man. So Zay Flowers was my number 1 wide receiver coming out of the draft last year, and he proved it. So Antonio Brown was my comparison, and he's kind of living up to it. But in that system, Jason, it's not working out. James Conner in the 6th. Raheem Mostert in the 9th, Jason. How many times do we have to talk about Raheem Mostert? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, in the 9th, that's probably like your next MVP.
I mean, Raheem Mostert in the 9th, fucking every time, Jason. So that is
You're getting Achane and Raheem Mostert. Damn.
I'm saying every time, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I guess you're right. I don't know why I do it all the time, but hey.
You're taking all, man. I guess I'll go after Jalen Wright, man. It's some sort of Dolphin.
And Jalen Wright is very interesting to me. I mean, his metrics are off the chart, and he's on a fucking Mike McDaniel's offense, and he drafted him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is a very Jason. Somebody who's going to do well in Miami. Somebody's going to do well. Who the fuck is it going to be?
They're all going to do well. That offense is about every position doing well except Tua. Tua usually drops off at the end of the year, but it's a crazy offense, man. That's why like everybody just wants a piece of it. They want some sort of piece of the Miami Dolphins. You know, they were second in scoring last year.
All right,
it's
everybody.
Crazy.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. That is the show. Hopefully we earned a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned a subscription. We need that shit. We need it, man. Please. Trying to get to 1,000. Please. Before the year starts. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Hey, man, we're going to be back. I think I've got a Monday show, Jason. I think I'm going to do a stock, just a normal stock up, stock down. I haven't done that in about 5-6 weeks, month and a half. So I kind of want to see what players are trending up and down and explain why and see what we can take advantage of. Other than that, Jason, we got some big vacations coming up. I know you got your family visiting. I'm going up for my wife has a family reunion up in Washington, Jason, where you live.
Where I live. Tyler's avoided me.
I'm going to be like, hey, dude, Jason, I'm like within like 100 miles, but you can go S to D.
Damn, 100 miles? Interesting.
I think it's 4 hours or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, that's not 100 miles. That's for sure. So how fast does your car goes? 25 miles an hour. Fucking what the fuck are we doing around here, man? I got a Toyota Matrix. Shout out. Tell me what your car is, dude. Shout out to me. Jason, please send us out.
Yeah. I'm Jason. I thought I'm
Jason.
We're going to have a video of a Would You Rather. We just got to, I guess we're rescheduling it. But I do have my own video coming out like next Friday.
We could do that. Hey, I do want to throw out, we might be able to do a live show on Thursday night if you'd like. It's up to you, though.
Thursday night. Okay. Well, I got some videos coming out sometime. I guess we got to figure out when. I'll talk to you in those videos.
Hey, Jason's coming out with his own episodes. So go back, watch. What was it, week 6? Jason started sit?
Oh, get away. It was like week 14.
Was that week 14? But like the first year we did it, right?
Yeah, first year with the
I was
Raiders.
like, there's no way it was last year.
I had my book of secrets.
Hey, man, you think it's easy to come on the camera and talk shit? Let's record yourself and see what happens, man, because it's pretty bad. All right, hey, this is Tyler Big Turd War. This is Jason, the Lucky Bastard. Well, hey, we appreciate Corion, Carter Mario. We got Pecker over here. Appreciate you guys chiming in, man. We need you. So, yeah, we'll see you in a bit. This is Fantasy Red Zone, and we appreciate you.